and that costed over $3 million a day to operate. God damn. That's just one facility in South Texas. Brandon, subscribe. Shout out to you, bro, for joining Castle Club. Donna Monk and you. Also, just so you guys know, every person that joins Castle Club, right, today, I am going to shout you ninjas out. So let me go ahead and go here. I gotta put like a filter in or some shit. But we've got over 100 guys that have joined so far. We want to get to 10,000 strong on there, chat. We want to get to 10,000 strong on there. That is how we stay up. This is how we stay making content for you guys. This is how I'm able to go on, go to New York and fund my my filming, whether, because I think I'm going to go to New York Sunday, guys. I'm leaning towards going to New York on Sunday to go ahead and cover the Diddy trial next week, and as well as cover the news with you guys. So I'm leaning towards doing that. But the only reason we're able to do that stuff, guys, is through Castle Club. Castle Club is how we stay independent. Castle Club is how we're able to circumvent the YouTube demonetization, because obviously what they're doing to us is fucking criminal. It's been 2 years that they got us demonetized. We reapply. They fucking deny it. They never tell us why. They just give they never give us explicit answers. So at the end of the day, if we never get demonetized on if we never get remonetized on YouTube ever again, this is what keeps the show running for the past 2 years. You know, we've pretty much, I don't want to say we've given up, but like we're very comfortable, or we understand that getting remonetized might not happen, because there's clearly fucking biases over at YouTube, as you guys know, because there's people out there that make the same fucking content we do, copied our shit, and they're totally monetized. So we'll see what happens. But can't stop, won't stop, baby. No Diddy. We're gonna keep trucking on, right? We're gonna keep trucking on no matter what. So Castle Club is what allows us to stay independent and do the things that we do, right? Let's see here. Let me finish reading these chats. So guys, shout out to you, Brandon, for supporting. Again, sale is going, 17 bucks a month, all right? Waylo says, what's up, Myron? Longtime CC member and supporter. I'll be out there tomorrow for the street debate in case the bundles of sticks or early lifers want to do something stupid. What time are you thinking, 7 p.m.? Yes, I'm thinking 7 p.m. or so. I'll have Josie make a chat. So that you guys, like a Telegram chat, so you guys can go ahead and all coordinate. But yeah, I'm thinking we're gonna go out there and start somewhere between 7 to 8 p.m. start time. International assholes. Did you notice Diddy making weird stares at, and it's only for Castle Club members, by the way. It's gonna be, this chat is only gonna be for Castle Club guys. We want Castle Club guys in there. Did you notice Diddy making weird stares at the jury and nodding his head at the testimonies? Would that influence the jury's judgment? We'll have to talk about that when we cover Diddy. Man, I overheard a random guy at the gym talking to somebody over the phone about Magnus Hirschfeld and how he was one of the boys. The people are waking up and taking that J pill. Oh shit, let's go, baby. People are waking up, baby. People are waking up. I've been telling you guys about Magnus Hirschfeld for years, bro. Basically the first surgeon to conduct a trans surgery, and he was, you know, one of them boys, and he played for the other team, if you know what I'm saying. I'm on YouTube, so I gotta use code words. Okay, Josiah Montoya says, Martin, what is the first type of property you recommend buying as a 23-year-old guy? How to get the money for it? I'll be honest with you, bro. Single family home might be the way to go if you don't have as much capital. The thing that sucks is that year that you live in it, you're not gonna be making money really unless you like get roommates and stuff and charge them rent. But I would say the lowest barrier to entry is probably a single family home, because a duplex might be too high depending on where you live. Right, like a duplex in Miami is going to cost you $800 to $1 million, right? Same thing in Austin or any hot real estate market. So it really depends where you're at. But the lowest barrier to entry, single family home, living there for a year, move out, put a 10 in there. Ryan Trober says, started talking to my friends about them boys in GC. Next day, Wi-Fi goes down. My own Wi-Fi says privacy warning and FBI surveillance fan has now popped up Wi-Fi networks. Them boys coming to get me. Hey, man. That's a joke, though. I mean, I used to always make my Wi-Fi FBI or DEA surveillance van, too. All right, what is the first type of property you recommend buying as a 23-year-old guy? Oh, no, got that one. Just signed up for Castle Club. WMGX, shout out to you. Alpha, the true Alpha. And again, guys, I got something special for OSS guys if you're in Castle Club, by the way. I got something special for you guys that won't break the bank. You're able to support the OSS and Castle Club at the same time, but it's only for Castle Club.
Yo, what's up, Toy?
Wyron fan says the best thing that can come out of this,
how's it going,
is Elon aligns with Fuentes. They both recognize that Trump is all talk and won't deliver on most promises. Elon will never align with Nick Fuentes, unfortunately. He never will. I'll give him credit though that he unbanned them, which is obviously a big W. But you know, Elon already, bro, he's very weary of his public image now. Anti-Semcat, but that black guy, it's creepy. What? Oh, black guy shit? All right. Anti-Semcat, most people think that Trump and Elon from Schizo Edits are real people. Elon is not based. He is a liberal. Trump is not based. He is basic conservative candidate. This administration has been embarrassing. Trump ruined his legacy. Those are the facts. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Elon is not a conservative by any means. Elon is definitely a fucking liberal. He's 100% liberal. Ripsidian, I think we all need to relax and enjoy the show. There's no way this feud is real and looks similar to Trump's first term with Sessions, resulting in the Steele dossier and Hillary getting exposed as the one who funded it. Grab your popcorn, normies, okay? Alex, Elon is probably pissed because he took a lot of heat and damaged his companies. Exactly, yes. Primarily Tesla being a part of this administration and Doge. This bill is a slap in the face to Doge and Tesla. From his POV, all this work was for nothing. Absolutely. Yep, that's spot on analysis. That's literally what I said before reading the chats. So yeah, he 100%
What's up,
takes this
Aiden?
personally because Elon did suffer a great amount of personal loss financially to make a lot of this shit happen. Let's see here. Let me make sure I didn't miss any chats from you guys. Hey guys, we're gonna be reading 5 and up from this point forward. Anti-Semcast says, them boys are attacking Pierce and saying he is anti-Semitic after he's been shilling for them for a year now. Trump and Elon beef plus all these MAGA bots captured other assholes. Don't know what to do. It's been a funny week, although never closer to WD. Yeah, I mean, yeah, bro, it is interesting. A lot of the Trump loyalists on Twitter don't want to say anything because it puts them in a very, very awkward position. I asked a few days ago about fitness and smashing lip chicks. If you
said, wait.
However, I'm now confused because
This is the real Travision channel. I thought it's just someone YouTube channel that's doing your content.
No, they
No,
like
bro, this is my channel.
Right? Like that's what they don't like. Like the Abercrombie and model physique is what women like.
Shout to Commando, but no, it's my channel, man.
Type shit. Mine, I got a raise at my job from 33 to 43. Okay, I read that one earlier. Let me make sure I didn't miss any of your guys' chats.
How's everyone doing?
Castle Club sale going on right now.
More.
$17. Get in there.
Why?
All right, get in there. Take advantage of this price point. So
He thought this was someone else's channel. This is my page.
We're asking us for this discount for a very fucking long time, and you guys got it now. Matt D'Souza says, both Trump and Elon clearly baiting the public into making Trump the bad guy to bring out Epstein. You don't give the golden key to the White House to everyone. Very symbolic. Give it another week or two and Epstein news will be flooding even more. We'll see what happens, bro. Keep in mind, guys, that Donald Trump, I don't want to say he had to make a deal with the devil, but he kind of did, bro. If he did not win this last election, guys, it would have been game over for him. I don't think you guys understand the, right? It's 2025 now, so like his prosecutions and his indictments are kind of like a distant memory. But make no mistake about it, guys. Last year, right around this time, Trump was being charged in 4 different jurisdictions and was looking at spending the rest of his life in prison. Don't forget that shit, chat. He was literally in a very bad situation just 1 year ago. So yeah. Okay, let's go back to X, see what's going on, and then we'll go into the DEG stuff. Because I know this is obviously hot right now, so obviously we're hitting it because it's the news. So let's see here, what we got here. Oh, so Nick tweeted. He goes, interesting that Laura Loomer hasn't taken a side on the Trump-Elon spat yet. What happened? A year ago, she would have been full-throating support for Trump in a split second. I guess Laura Loomer is going to ride the fence until the smoke clears. Typical. Oh shit, damn, niggas calling out Laura. I thought they were cool, man. I guess they probably still haven't reconciled some things. Let's see here. There's zero doubt in my mind that Trump is named in Epstein files. Elon is telling the truth. Okay. I did a lot of it.
Would you declassify the Epstein? Would you declassify the 9/11 files? Yeah. Would you declassify?
Bruh, let me be. Look. And obviously, this week before he became president.
An update on this just came out
Who could be?
2 days ago, so. Amar, what are you talking about, man?
Within the next 50 years. And you could take that to the fucking bank. they are never going to fully declassify those fucking 9/11 documents within the next 50 years. Mark my words. They will not do it. They held on to the Kennedy files for 60 fucking years. 60 plus years they held on to the fucking Kennedy files, and we had to fight tooth and nail to get them, chat. They had to establish a fucking declassification.
He's a champion. I can't fight him on my own.
Anna Paulina
Hell no.
304 stripper, right? Putting enormous amount of pressure on the Department of Justice to get those fucking JFK files. You guys think we're gonna get the 9/11 files? Fuck out of here, man. Fuck out of here. A lot of those people are still alive, and it 100% implicates Israel. We already know Bin Laden was the mastermind. We already know Khalid Sheikh Mohammed was the architect. We already know that Ramzi Youssef attempted this back in 1992, 1993 with the World Trade Center bombings by parking a fucking van loaded with explosives. We already know the Islamic angle, excuse me, we already know the Islamic terrorism angle. We already know the Al-Qaeda and everything else like that. But what are they keeping from you guys? They're keeping away the Israeli angle as fucking always. Because make no mistake about it, guys, when it came to JFK, right?
No, man, I don't smoke tobacco, bro.
We knew that the CIA wanted him gone. We knew those two components wanted him dead, right? We knew about his stance with the Vietnam War, etc. But the one thing that would get you banned or get you in trouble, prior to October 7th, of course, right? Because after October 7th, 2023, that's when the Great Awakening started to happen, and you can actually talk about these topics finally in American political discourse. But prior to that, if you talked about JFK and the Israelis, or JFK and the Israeli intelligence components, oh man, you were fucking cooked. It was a wrap for you, my friend.
How's everyone doing?
Absolutely cooked. Now, why do I tell you guys about the JFK files? I'm telling you guys that because we already have precedent on how the United States operates when it comes to declassifying documents that not just implicate our deep state, but implicate the foreign government of Israel. So I would be shocked if we got any 9/11 documents of significance. And when I say significance, the documents that implement, that identify Israel. I don't give a fuck about the Saudi Arabian connection. I don't give a fuck about the Osama connection, the Al-Qaeda connection. We already know these guys were involved. We already know that. But what are they keeping? They're keeping the Israeli angle gone. Now, can you find Israeli angle documents? Of course, you gotta go to FBI here, pull up the dancing Israeli shit. You gotta go to the DEA, pull up those executive summaries that talk about them spying in buildings, right? You gotta go to state documents and look at, you know, the case that came out of the Midwest with the ring of Israelis that got caught for document fraud, right? But as far as like the government releasing the full unredacted line of 9/11 that implicates Israel and the American government, no fucking way, bro. You ain't gonna. I don't know if we'll live to see it, chat.
My ward's name is Fervent.
They couldn't even declassify JFK, and I would argue the JFK situation was a cover-up, did have Israeli involvement, but not as significant as 9/11. 9/11 was worse. So if it took 60 years just to get JFK, when everyone's fucking dead, what do you guys think is gonna happen with 9/11?
Find him and make him see reason.
JFK files.
Yeah.
Would
I did a lot of it.
Would you declassify the Epstein files?
Yeah. Yeah.
And keep in mind, guys, this is before he became president.
I would.
All right.
I guess I would. I think that less so because, you know, you don't know. You don't want to affect people's lives if it's phony stuff in there because it's a lot of phony stuff with that whole world. But I think I would.
Would you declassify the
Also, guys, do me a favor, smash that like button. We got over 6,000 plus you guys in here, man. Welcome to the stream. Give me, guys, real quick, is this your first time tuning in to a live stream? Give me an O/ in chat. If this is your second time tuning in, or third or fourth time, give me a 2. If it's your first time joining, watching a stream live, if this is your first time watching a stream live, give me an O/. If you've been here before, give me a 2. I just kind of want to assess how many you do. Long post about the push with Iran, mostly solid. Zero mention of Mark Levin's loyalty. Israel while the mission.
No time to quake with fear. Rigid we must remain.
Speaking of Peter Thiel, you know, I got a video for you guys that I want to show y'all as well.
Come to dance in the rain. Our one and only goal is to protect the camp. Every claw and spear.
And this goes into Palantir a bit more, which we'll cover this as well towards the end of the broadcast because I definitely want you guys to know what's going on there.
Win.
Okay, let's see here. Jones is live?
Great Reset, and they're willing to have a nuclear war to maintain control. Global stars, we're at the most dangerous inflection points. You see the headline I say.
The 2 seconds in, and I already hear globalist.
The Republic was meant to be in by the globalists. They were going to end it, collapse it, bringing the Southern Red store on the ashes of society. Forced austerity. And Trump's making all the real moves to discredit the globalist social system.
All right, shout out to all the new viewers here. I see a couple of you guys, mostly returning viewers, which is good. That means the content is good. You guys are enjoying it. But yeah, okay. Most of you guys are been here before. And audio is a little tough to hear what he's saying. Let's go ahead and go with Boss.
I'm nigh invincible.
My Clipper guy already did. Shout out to Wire Gauge, bro. Alright, let's see. Let's try to see if we can get in here. Again, if not, it was like 8,000, 7,000, 8,000.
Who's running it? What are they talking about? What are they planning? What are they thinking?
I'll tell you exactly what's going on. I mean, right now Trump is sitting there, and thank you, Mickey, and every single one of them is giving him plans, ideas of how to silence this, how to, whatever each plan would be, from going after Musk to talking to Musk. And right now they're throwing basically shit at the wall, and Trump is sitting there and listening to each and every one. But for all of them, right now that's what's happening right now, because you gotta understand, Musk is not a regular person. This is somebody that was extremely deep and during this whole campaign, and after he won, and till this day, and by Trump gave him the range to go, and that's a lot of information, a lot of things that happen, and I think this is major control that they're trying to do right now, damage control. And this is not just a regular thing, folks. I'm telling you. Just from knowing them and understanding what the conversations are, and is how they can silence. And the only way they can silence them is if they go after in a legal way. The only power Trump has to corral this, in my opinion, and I could be wrong. Because this is not fact. This is my opinion. Different from fact. Is that he's going to use the DOJ to shut him up, because otherwise this could be the biggest shit show Trump, because much more than you could imagine, guys.
Look, do you not think they've capitulated somewhat already, because you've seen a statement coming out from Trump sort of almost dialing down the rhetoric, which indicates that he is open to concessions on the bill.
All right, give me 1 sec, guys. I'm organizing some stuff right here, and then if we don't get in on here, we'll go to another space, then we'll move on to the DDG shit.
If this was just a bill, it would be different rhetoric and conversation. Elon went very, very, he crossed a lot of lines and you got to respond. You have to also watch. It's not just Trump. You already have Steve Bannon going after him. And remember, this has only happened a few hours. Give it 24 hours. This is one of those fires like in California that we've watched that sparked somewhere now. This is a spark. The fire is going to be, and the fallout is going to be. There's no way there's not going to be a fallout. There is going to be a fallout, guys. And it's just a matter of which way it's going to go. You just have to understand, you have to use common sense. We don't live in a normal world right now. Elon Musk is one of the most powerful men in the world. And he's the richest man in the world. And he was aligned with those other powerful men, Donald Trump, and was dealing with the administration. Now they're having a fallout. It's big, right?
Elon is not the most powerful.
I said no. I said one of the most.
Trump.
Also, guys, keep in mind that Elon probably has a bunch of information that's classified. Hey, DPG gifted another. Hey, shout out to you, DPG, once again, bro. With the 50 gifted subs, I appreciate you, bro. Alex says, I joined CC yesterday, W Marin, all the way from Istanbul, Turkey. So much. I appreciate that, Alex. Again, this is how we stay independent, guys. YouTube is robbing us blind. As you guys know, there is no one that puts out more content than we do. We're basically for fucking free. And this is how we're able to keep doing what we're doing. Give a middle finger to censorship, give a middle finger to YouTube for fucking robbing their creators because they're running ads on my shit anyway, regardless. So Chaos Club is how we fight back, and we're able to be independent and do the things that we do and not have to give a fuck about the bullshit. Myra, my subscription renews today. How can I get it for 17? It won't give me the option to put the promo code in. Should I cancel and resubscribe? Hopeflation, don't worry, we're running the promo for a couple of weeks. So when your thing cancels, when it unsubscribes, you'll be able to go ahead and take advantage of the promo. And that's why we made the promo go a little bit longer for you guys that got the other price point. How can I get the discount already if I pay $35 a month? It's gonna basically cancel by itself, and then you'll be able to take advantage of the promo. Why do people care about this Sean Cookie Combs thing? Half the people here weren't even alive when Cookie was rolling with Mason Biggie after Courier stream. We're talking foreign policy, of course. Well, Pip Rogers, you gotta understand, bro, that different people tune into the show for different reasons. I'm a very diversified streamer. So some people love my political analysis with foreign policy. Some people love the fact that I can, speak pretty intelligently when it comes to the boys that are influencing America. Some people like my true crime breakdowns because of what I used to do for work before. Oh, I got a mic now. Oh shit. I mute myself. But yeah, guys, so that's kind of why, bro. I cover a bunch of things, man. I know some stuff I cover you guys might like, some guys you might not, but that's kind of the negative when it comes to being a diversified streamer, guys. I cover everything.
Standard Time during a press conference at 12:46 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Elon commented on X in response to Trump's press conference. Without me, Trump would have lost his election. Death would have been blah blah blah. The bill and moving forward is what we should focus on, but the truth matters. So I think that's the last point that I'm going to focus on is this repost from this account that says the bill and moving forward is what we should focus on, right? And so I'm wondering if now Elon is now the two reposts he's done is related to specifically to the bill. It is not about Trump being a pedo, Epstein file, impeachment Trump. It's focusing on the bill. So I'm wondering if if Elon is trying to walk back to the heaviest level.
And we got a mic, so we'll jump into this conversation a little bit. There's a lot of people in this Twitter space, guys. That's why I'm making sure to get in here and say something. There's like 7,000 plus people in here, which is really big for the Twitter space.
Kanye West moment, now he's pulling off, he's stepping back, but the damage is done. We all know the damage is done, and he needs to come out, clarify everything he said about the Epstein files, and he's screwed up big time.
You've got to remember, it's a very cynical ploy because the Thiel brothers backing Elon, obviously, the Thiel folks were obviously very much in bed with Epstein too. So it's both sides of the aisle are compromised. It's not that one isn't and one is. But I would still fall on the side of Elon because he kept his hands clean to an extent, yeah?
But where are the Epstein files? That's what I want to know.
He's right. Elon's right. They are suppressed.
Post the Epstein files.
And you know,
now
the thing that he said,
he has them. The name is in there, and that's Bob. You should go and get them from Elon and just publish them.
And Piotr, by the way, the point you made, and to all of your points, the idea that this isn't a Russian issue domestically is not true. Cap took money directly from Putin.
Hey chat, I'm gonna get a hold of Noble, and I'm gonna get a social. So all you guys that are paying at the 35 price point, you guys can contact Noble directly. So I'm gonna get him on the phone here in a little bit, and he'll tell you guys explicitly what to do to contact them. So all you guys that are paying the 35 a month, we'll figure out a way to get you guys in at that price point. Noble explained it to me, but I'm not exactly sure of the exact details. Obviously, we got to have the G do the customer service. So I'll have him call me, and we'll get this thing handled for you guys. So don't worry. We got you, ninjas. But shout out to all you guys joining Chaos Club, man.
But please comment below on the purple circle. Give us your opinions, your questions. Do you think Elon is stepping back or is he doubling down? It does still look like the fight is over the bill. It would be interesting to see. Now, I would say though, in Elon, his pin tweet still right now on his profile. The pin tweet is the poll he had about creating a third political party. And going away from the two political parties, indicating that he's pretty much done with the Republican GOP and MAGA, at least on surface. We'll see what happens with the bill. And is this a way of Elon maybe not trying to de-escalate the situation with Trump? Because let's focus on something that's pretty important, and that is if this bill dies and does not get through, that would be a huge blow to Donald Trump's second administration and his political legacy. And it would be really hard to see what they can move forward with the midterms being so close. David, now you're the co-host. You don't have to wait until the end.
Wow.
Please, go for it.
We'll see. You know.
3-minute rule applies,
See, I told you. It's interesting.
I got my hand up, so we'll see. I should go after this guy. You know, you got to have good space etiquette, chat. We'll hear what he's got to say.
About here. But, and I talked about this before, the viability of the third party in America. If you look at the poll, 66% of the people responding to that poll suggest that there should be a viable third party.
Shout out to you, Alex, for joining Cows Club, bro.
I think that is true. I think if you talk to most people in America, the reason why a lot of them are disenfranchised with politics to begin with is because they feel like politicians don't represent them. And that really is at the heart of what made Trump Trump, is that people were upset with the Republican establishment. And if you remember the 2016 debates where Trump was in the center of the stage, and he had literally all of the biggest names in Republican politics at both his sides, Jeb Bush and Chris Christie and Marco Rubio and fill in the blank. And he just pointed at all of them, and he says, you know, we're done with all of you. I'm the party now, essentially. And when he stood in the center of that stage and kept winning and winning and winning, you know, there was something that happened there, and that really was the beginning of a third party, in my opinion. That's not the Republican Party of old, and that fight has continued with Donald Trump and this establishment for a very long time. I think James was mentioning earlier. And so when you talk about a third party, what is the third party? It's a group essentially that's going to reflect the beliefs and the wishes of the people who don't feel like they have a voice in the current political party. And I've said this before, and I say it again, and I want to get your take on it. Myron will go to you in a second. The question is, doesn't our best chance of having representation of people's beliefs that feel unrepresented now in Trump's Republican Party? Because he's not a far-right Republican. He certainly hasn't been governing like an evangelical conservative, not like President Bush. He comes from the left. He lives on the right. He's a business guy. He looks out for the middle class. He wants to onshore manufacturing, wants to rebuild infrastructure. These are Democrat ideology. I mean, he was the first president to accept gay marriage right from the start. Now, Obama did in his second term. So isn't this the third party that people have been asking for? Isn't Donald Trump leading it and fighting the Republicans along with the Democrats for it? What do you guys think? I'll go to you, Myron.
Yeah, I think it's important, right, to understand. Can you guys all hear me? Okay, yeah, I think it's important for people to understand, right, that, like, number one, you know, Musk was never really a conservative. He was always a liberal. And, you know, Trump isn't really as far right as people think as well, right? He has maybe, you know, you could go ahead and say Trump is maybe like an early 2000s Democrat. So, you know, and that's kind of changed because now as we've become more and more loony and we have like 90 genders and everything else going on and the radical left is a thing now, it's pushed people that were typically Democrats more toward the center, even in some cases the right. You know, I always use like Tim Pool as an example where 10 years ago someone like Tim Pool would be considered a liberal or a progressive, but now he's considered alt-right. And that kind of just goes to show how the Overton window has shifted so much, where people that were considered Democrats are now considered alt-right, right? Because we just descended further and further left into the looniness. But as far as like this whole Elon Musk and Donald Trump situation, I see the gripe from both parties, right? When it comes to Elon Musk, he sacrificed an enormous amount of wealth, Tesla stocks, you know, crumbling, X going into disarray, you know, SpaceX not getting the attention that it needs, etc., to kind of pursue Doge and help out. So in his eyes, this bill is kind of a slap in the face from his perspective because he lost millions of dollars, his investors are pissed off, and he did all that to help the government, and now this bill kind of reversed a lot of the work that he's done. So I can see his gripes there, especially, you know, him donating all the money that he donated to the Trump administration and being very critical to him getting elected, right? But on the Trump side, I can see why he's pissed off because he's like, look, you know, this is my last presidency. This bill is huge. We know that we're more than likely going to lose the House very soon. And any other bills after this are going to be hard to get through. So, you know, and Trump, as much as people don't want to, you know, maybe they may or may not be aware of this, like Trump wants to have certain legacy ties to his administration, right? He likes to be the first president to do things. We saw him walk into North Korea. We saw him with the Abraham Accords. We saw him with, you know, trying to help out, moving the embassy to Jerusalem, etc. All these things. He likes to be able to point out the things that he did, right? He always mentions how he beat Kamala Harris in a huge, you know, upset. Well, not upset, but in a huge margin, right? Too big to rig. So Trump likes to almost brand his presidency, right? And I think that's why he's been such a strong and polarizing figure, you know, the Make America Great Again, whatever. He's probably going to be one of the most memorable presidents from a brand awareness perspective. So this bill is something that is gonna, you know, go towards his legacy, and it's probably going to be one of the last things that he passes in his 4 years without having serious pushback. So I can see his perspective where it's like, yo, you were in my administration. Why are you coming out and talking shit about this bill that I've been working towards for so long? So both parties are angry at each other for different reasons. Obviously, as dividing MAGA, we can see a bunch of people that are Trump loyalists kind of staying silent on Twitter. But, you know, it's obviously a very interesting development. And I don't know if it's going to come to a peaceful situation, because both parties have huge egos, right? We're talking about the President of the United States and the richest man in the world. In their own rights, extremely powerful individuals. So we'll see what happens. I don't know.
Yeah, that's an interesting take. Sorry, I had to recycle and come back. Now I can see everybody with their hands up. Lauren, we'll go over to you.
Yeah, David, I would never call you AOP like some people, okay? I actually really like you. We've been in spaces for so long together. But I have to call you out because I do not think that Donald Trump is the third-party president. I mean, I think it is such a stretch to say that. But what I will say is that he's very, very smart. And so he knew he had to partner with these people. All
right, her voice is annoying, and you guys already know how I feel when women speak. So anyway, yeah, I think we might move on here, guys. If there's anything else that comes up, we can definitely address it. But yeah, definitely interesting stuff. But yeah, this is a big space. I want to make sure that I spoke on it. By the way, for any of you guys that want to grow on Twitter, FYI, pro tip here, okay? Join spaces, add value, give good commentary, give good breakdowns. Don't ramble on like a fucking retard, right? Nice, concise, cogent, salient. That's the words you guys need to know, all right? When you go in and you give your spiel, especially big spaces that have a bunch of people, if you get a mic, and you know, the ability to convey your ideas in a understandable yet concise manner is super fucking important, right? Don't be like dumbass Alex Karp, who literally is the worst speaker ever, just uses a bunch of fucking big ass words to make himself sound smarter than he really is without saying anything. Word salad. Don't be a word salad nigga, right? Go in, give your points, have it bulleted out. Hell, even write your shit down if you guys want, right? Have your bullets written out. You know, that's how I started actually, guys. Whenever I would, you know, go into spaces or I'd go into certain situations where I had a quick amount of time to speak, I'd have all my points bulleted out and then go point by point. And people really respect that, chat, and it makes you a better speaker. So, pro tip. Want to be better at speaking? Write down all your points, have them ready to go, be concise, and get your points across, and you'll be good, man. You'll be good. You know, you'd be shocked at how being an eloquent speaker can open doors for you guys. And if you want to grow on Twitter, that's one of the ways of joining spaces and adding value, right? And then you guys that want to be, you know, influencers or anything like that in the future. But anyway, I'll leave this space now. Let's see here. Is there anything else? Here's another space with the Trump situation. Maybe we'll join in here. Let's listen to them real quick. See what they're yapping about. We'll request a mic because we're cooking right now. And this is what you guys got to do. Jump to space, get in front of different audiences. Right, this is how I was able to build my Twitter following. You guys see, I got 290,000 on Twitter. Right, I made my account in 2023, late 2023, basically in 2024, and I was able to grow it pretty well, right, by you know, being consistent, tweeting a lot, and making shit happen.
Dollar amount of cuts over 10 years. The bill aims to cut government spending by approximately $6.6 trillion over a decade, according to estimates from its supporters. Major
niggas got the fucking Grok thing talking.
SNAP, $300 billion. Affordable Care Act programs, $358 billion. Medicare, $500 billion. Environmental and climate programs, estimated $200 to $300 billion. These figures are aggregates based on the bill's provisions and external estimates, e.g. CBO, CRFB, Post on X. The exact total can vary, but $6.6 trillion is a common figure cited for.
That's the last of them. Now,
Diligent, I can't hear anything. I'll drop and come back.
Yeah, she's rugged.
Ask Grok when the cuts kick in. What year?
Includes extensions of 2017 Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, TCJA, making permanent lower individual income tax rates, increased standard deductions, and state tax. New tax breaks like no tax on tips, overtime, or car loan interest, and deductions for seniors over 65. Debt limit increase, a $4 trillion increase in the federal debt ceiling to accommodate these costs and prevent default. New spending includes border security and immigration enforcement, $45 billion for ICE detention, $14 billion for deportation, and billions more for hiring 10,000 new agents, web sources. Defense spending, significant investment.
All right, here, I might get Noble on the phone with you guys here in a second, so give me 1 sec. Let's see if I can call him so we can answer your guys' question on that.
The tingle in my ears, the shivers down my spine, the chill on my breath. It's all unmistakable. There are ghosts afoot. My oh, shoot.
All right, Noble's dealing with it on the back end, guys. So we'll figure it out for you, ninjas. We'll figure it out for you guys. All right. Are these niggas still using Grok?
So, no new entitlement funding is allocated in the bill.
I'm leaving this shit. All right, let's go ahead and transition, guys. I'll read some chats, and we're gonna go ahead and transition into the DDG stuff. All right. So let's see here. Okay. Chalk says, you have 7K views by yourself. You need to leave fresh, please. His podcast with Gary is so low IQ and low quality compared to you. He only gets 100 viewers. You would so successful alone or get a better partner. He has Snake and will stab you in the back for the Jays. Chalk, the only reason I'm where I'm at right now is because of Fresh's help, man. So, I'm must be new here, but, no. I appreciate your concern. Bruh, Trump and Elon clearly baiting the public. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's see. And guys, just because we don't like numerology doesn't mean that other people don't fucking love that shit, bro. There's a lot, bro. You guys see how much money they make on their stream when they do the fucking numerology, bro? A lot of people like that shit, man. Yo, since when did CC start accepting EBT? We got black women here. Joined CC yesterday, all the way from Istanbul, Turkey. I appreciate that. Myra, my subscription news today. Okay, cool. We'll figure this out with Noble, obviously. So stay tuned, guys. We'll get that squared away for you guys. So, all right, as you guys know, right? There is, and guys, get into Castle Club right now. CC17 is the code. Capital CC17 is the code. Get in there, guys. Now, you get in for 17 bucks. Get in that the good price point. So basically, as you guys know, DDG rapper, me and him have had our little tiffs and shit like that before. You know, I was making fun of him, calling him dumb gnome, because I think he's I've made jokes about him not being the most intelligent guy or the smartest streamer. Because let's be honest here, the top streamers nowadays, it's not about being educational or helping guys out with becoming better. It's more about just mindless entertainment. But anyway, there's been a significant escalation between him and his girlfriend. Okay, now why am I covering this? I'm covering this to aware you guys to the red pill truths, okay, when it comes to women, right? Yesterday we discussed Offset and Cardi B. I'm not concerned really with the celebrity drama. Rather, I'm here for two main reasons to cover this. Number one, it gives a lot of red pill truths that you guys need to learn. Number two, I told you fuck yourself. I predicted that Halle Bailey, whatever the fuck her name is, was gonna be a problematic girlfriend and that DDG was making a mistake by getting with this girl, though I do understand that he probably did it for career perspective, because this girl is a A-list celebrity pretty much, or a B-list celebrity. She played the mermaid. Obviously, she's an actress. Here she is right here. Right. You know, she's an American singer-songwriter. I didn't even know that she fucking made music too. But yeah, what she's mostly known for is being an actress. She was the mermaid in one of the Disney remakes, right? So DDG ended up filing a motion, right? And this was just a day ago, and an emergency motion against Haley in a very ugly custody battle between him and his kid, right? And though I have made fun of DDG before, I do understand what Haley is doing to him is bad, right? You guys know that I've been very critical of our family court system, how it destroys men and allows women to leverage, you know, their victim status to basically keep the kids away from the father, destroy the father financially, and ostracize the father from his kid. And obviously DDG wants to have access to his son, and Hallie has made this very difficult. She's been weaponizing her son. And I called all this shit out. Me and both academics called this shit out. I told you guys that this relationship would never last because I knew that dealing with celebrities as your girlfriend is always problematic.
He always says it.
Because modern women already have their egos up in the fucking sky. You can only imagine a chick that's famous with clout and money, how she's gonna behave. If regular bitches think that they're special, what do you guys think celebrity chicks are gonna do, right? So, so DDG files to stop Halle Bailey from leaving country with son. Judge clears her to travel. So DDG's temporary restraining order request against Halle Bailey has been denied. Halle is free to leave the country with their child for business or personal reasons. Halle Bailey has filed to deny DDG's request and instead grants her permission to take their son out of the country so she can work. Halle is requesting orders to stop DDG and his family and his friends from today, June 4th, to file a request to block her from traveling and ask for new custody orders when he and his attorneys have ignored all of her efforts for him to have monitored visits with their son since the issuance of a TRO on 5/13/25. Now, what is a TRO, guys? A TRO is basically a temporary restraining order, okay? And she filed this back against him last month, okay? To go back in time a little bit.
I'm inclined to agree.
While I was in New York, this news broke out that Halle had issued this TRO against DDG. Now, as much as I make fun of DDG and, you know, clown him for not being smart or whatever, right? And being like 5'8" and all this other shit. As much as I clown him, that's a very serious thing to do. Because when you give someone a temporary restraining order, guys, what you're effectively doing is, especially since she has custody of the kid, you effectively make the ability for him to see his child more difficult. And then on top of that, the other reason what got me pissed off was with a temporary restraining order in the state of California, it will impede your ability to carry a gun. And as you guys know, as someone that's a rapper that lives in Los Angeles, a very dangerous place to be as a musician, not having a firearm is kind of dangerous, okay? And let's go ahead and give me 1 sec, guys. I'm getting something for you guys. So look at this. So even a temporary or ex parte restraining order can prohibit gun ownership or possession, right? So not only does he have a restraining order against him, right, from her, but he can't have a gun, chat, in California. So that's very dangerous for you as a musician, walking around with jewelry and doing all the other shit that rappers typically do, right? He lives in LA. So when I saw that she did this, you know, I was like, bro, I'm gonna put my temporary disdain for DDG aside, because now this chick is trying to set this guy up to get fucking killed, right? She doesn't understand the ramifications of doing this to a rapper that's famous in California and LA, which is literally run by gangs, chat. Okay, just so you guys understand, because I really want you guys to understand the dire situation, right? So as you guys know, I don't like the city of Los Angeles, located in California. Why do I not like the city of Los Angeles? The reason why I don't like the city of Los Angeles is because it is a gang-run city. What do I mean by this? Basically, as you guys know, the history, the Bloods and the Crips originated in Los Angeles. First, it originated as ways to protect themselves from discrimination and, preserve civil rights to a degree and stick together when black people were being marginalized in the civil rights era or post-civil rights era. But then it quickly evolved into organized crime groups that utilize violence, intimidation tactics, drug trafficking, and many other patterns of racketeering, quite to be honest, to
You're more informed than you appear.
demonstrate their power on the streets.
Waste your time speaking
Now,
riddles, then.
Los Angeles is run by gangs. What do I mean by this?
Titan's return comes with a cost, but
If you're an entertainer in Los Angeles and you're colored, you have to do something called a check-in, okay? And, a lot of people don't do this, but what ends up happening a lot of times is if you don't check in, as they would say, or have the blessing and or protection of certain individuals, you can get put in a very precarious and dangerous situation. This means that you could be vulnerable to being robbed, you could be vulnerable to being attacked, you could be vulnerable to murder, all types of violent crime, right? Now, obviously, this has been a problem for a very long time, but this is kind of an unspoken reality of being in Los Angeles, okay?
I refuse
So,
to entertain your madness.
it's not a safe place to be.
Leave. Now.
So, as someone like, and I'll give you guys an example of this. You like Chris Brown, for example, right? Chris Brown is a singer, artist, right? But since he lives in Los Angeles, he has very deep ties with blood gang members. Why? Because they offer him protection, they offer him the ability to not be robbed, all this other shit. It's almost like damn near an extortion. This is why Big U, right? I've covered his case as well. Why do you think he went to jail? Because he was literally running around telling people that they need to check in and extorting people. This is a big problem in Los Angeles. Huge, all right? Now, it's even more of a problem in the music industry in LA, okay? So if you're a rapper in Los Angeles, or an influencer, and you're a nigga, let's be honest, you're gonna need some type of, how do I say this? Protection, I hate to use that fucking term. But you're gonna need to be good with certain people. And I know some of you guys say, man, what the fuck? Are you serious? Yes, guys, this is how it goes. Street politics is very fucking real in Los Angeles. Especially if you're a rapper or a black entertainer. It is what it is. It's one of the many reasons why I go to LA and get the fuck out. I don't like it. I don't like it, okay? I go in there, do what I gotta do, get out. So, I'm telling you guys this to paint a picture. Someone like DDG, who's in the music industry, is a nigga, walks around with chains, etc. He needs to be able to protect himself, okay? Now, I don't know if he has a concealed carry license in California or if he has a gun permit, I don't know. But what I do know is that him having a temporary restraining order from this chick basically makes him naked, if he was carrying a gun, which I think he probably, more than likely, I assume he was. And not being able to have a gun in Los Angeles when it's run by fucking gangs is damn near a death sentence, right? I guarantee you guys that someone like a DDG needs to move in a certain way in LA. He needs to have certain people with him, needs to move a certain way, move at certain times, go to certain areas, etc. And the way Los Angeles is with the traffic and how everything is so far apart, right? Celebrities almost have to plan their day in advance to kind of get shit going, right? It's not like Miami or New York where you can just kind of go wherever the fuck you want. Like Los Angeles is a bit more gang political, right? Why do you guys think so many rappers die in LA? You guys ever thought about that? Biggie, Pop Smoke, right? There's so many rappers, Nipsey also. Like, how many rappers have died in Los Angeles? Honestly, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Los Angeles has the most murdered rappers in the country. But you don't know it. Right? PB Rock, all this shit. So him being on a temporary restraining order is a death sentence. Almost a death sentence. And it's bad for him because it makes it look like he beat his daughter, his girl. So yeah, so she gave that restraining order on the 13th. All right, so DDG filed an emergency motion to stop Halle from taking her infant son out the country, claiming she posed imminent emotional psychological threat to the child. The rapper filed the docs Wednesday morning asking for an emergency hearing because he says Halle had made plans to fly with her son Halo to Italy on Saturday. So let's go through this thing. So first, And these are the court documents that DDG kind of pushed out there, right? Guys, smash that like button. We got 6,000, almost 7,000 you guys in here. Smash that fucking like button, man.
And enough blood.
So here we go. Court documents reveal Halle Bailey was extremely jealous of DDG ex-girlfriends Ruby Rose and Lala. And it goes here, petitioner would routinely compare our relationship to those I had with former partners, particularly another rapper and popular content streamer. Petitioner would use these comparisons to undermine and criticize me. As a result of petitioner's jealousies and insecurities, I found myself entangled in an on-again, off-again relationship marked by ongoing emotional volatility, resolved conflict, and repeated attempts at reconciliation that ultimately failed to establish lasting stability. So,
check on Pokey, then talk strategy.
For those of you that aren't aware, DDG used to date Ruby Rose, who you guys know I fucking clown her every day because she's a whore. She is literally, no one gives a fuck about this bitch unless she's shaking her booty hole because she's a useless thought. But DDG used to date her, right? So obviously that created some insecurity with Halle because Ruby Rose is significantly more attractive than Halle Bailey because Halle Bailey looks like the fucking creature from Ice Age. Let me see here if I can find that picture. I had a picture of her while I was roasting her ass. Let's see if I can find that picture for you ninjas. I was using it when I was making fun of DDG. Hey man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. That was at I was cooking on that shit. I'm trying to find the photo for you niggas real quick. Bruh, I had it
Iskaran broke rules to ascend you when you were
Yo, Casco, can you guys put the picture up for me? Casco, guys, put the picture up for me. I know some of y'all got the picture.
Quiet. Quiet. Please. Don't tell them. Don't tell
them. Give me the Casco, guys, give me the picture.
I am not a fable. I was just hurting. Coda's voice.
While I wait for Casco Club to get me that picture. Shout out to all my Class Club ninjas.
It would rattle their world.
And MJ the King, Myron, how do I join back? I did went to WAP and I tried to put the code. Is not working from Casco Club 17 a month. Oh, you gotta put capital CC 17. Capital CC 17.
Leads to satisfaction.
Yeah, Casco Club niggas, give me the picture. But anyway, okay. So obviously she was not happy about that, right? Then Halle Bailey threatened DDG back in 2022 before she was pregnant and had postpartum. This her. And you'll regret it. You'll regret ever meeting me. Go back to the bitches you're used to. Go back to fucking thoughts, right? So this is her, you know, being a jealous and vindictive girlfriend as usual. Because, you know, women can't take L's, bro. You guys know this. And the thing is that, you know, I've said this before, I'll say it again. A lot of women mistake their financial success and their status as like making them sexier, but the reality is it's like, no, it doesn't. As you get more money and status, you actually don't become hotter, okay? Right? Like, ladies, I hate to say it, but like nobody cares about your competence, really. People care about the way that you look. This is why retards like Ruby Rose get more attention than Halle Bailey, even though Halle Bailey is more famous and has more money than her probably. But that's because Ruby Rose is more attractive, despite the fact that Ruby Rose is a slore, okay? Slore. Anyway. And then here's some more text messages. Halle Bailey text messages you guys could see here. It's a bit hard to read here, but it goes,
Quite a reward.
he goes, I think this is DDG messaging her. The trust issues are becoming overwhelming. Maybe that's for the best. I put too much time and effort to making you happy to have to deal with this bullshit every other day. And in your eyes, you're never wrong. It's just frustrating and I'm over it. I'm no longer entertaining this argument. I used to work on becoming, I need to work on becoming successful like Jay-Z, like you said. Then maybe you'll take my vision of becoming a big label owner serious instead of shitting on my dreams every second you get. You don't want to be with me, that's okay. I'll never beg anyone. I'll be successful. I don't need to be someone who is going to demean me. I don't need someone who is going to demean me. You like that I'm insecure. It makes you feel good about yourself. I'm not doing this anymore. Keep your phone on airplane mode, but when I die, don't say shit. Oh, boy. Okay. don't come to my funeral or anything. Fuck you. Be happy that these are the last texts you get from me, right? So what do we got here? We got threatening of self-deletion. Now, this is what women do a lot of times, guys. Whenever they know that they don't really have much power over you, they will go ahead and threaten self-deletion, right? Because they know that at that point, you don't want to be complicit in ignoring them and potentially leading to that, right? Besides the moral position, who knows if you could be held legally for that. So lots of people, lots of guys are, obviously going to take that seriously. Guys, that's not the picture I'm looking for. I need the picture where, the one that I posted of her, when she's like in a dentist office. Cast Club, guys, that's the picture I want. The picture of her in the, in like the dentist office. Right? So, anyway, yeah, so she's trying to get that sympathy, right? And then the text messages go on. To just answer the phone, to just hear me, to try and understand where I'm coming from, but you don't, and you'll regret it. You'll regret ever meeting me. Go back to the bitches you used to. Go back to fucking thoughts. That's what you want. You'll never want it to anyone like me. You and your family hate me. Just admit it, but that's okay. Everyone does. But Poseidon, I will go and fly and be just fine in heaven without any of this, without any of you rude ass people making me feel bad about myself. And you can show these texts to whoever you want. Laugh about it. Now, I want to bring this to your attention, guys. This was in August 23rd of 2022, right? Of 2022. Let's do a quick little time check, right? DDG Fresh and Fit, right? When did we stream this? What's up? We streamed this January 16th, 2023. So, when we streamed this and he was in the middle of the relationship with that girl, right? And he was so reluctant to say anything because he had that girl and he didn't want to come off bad and all this other shit. They were having fucking crazy fights like this. So I hate to say it, but I was right yet again. Yet again. Okay, guys, here's the picture of her, by the way. That is the picture that I would always roast her on. I mean, bro, I ain't gonna lie. She looks awful there. I can see why she's jealous of Ruby Rose. Even though Ruby Rose is a stupid whore, at least Ruby Rose is attractive. This, not so much. This is a big fucking L. Looks like Sid from Ice Age, bro. This shit is wild, bro. I ain't gonna lie. DDG, man, look. I'm taking your side here because I want you to have your son, but bro, why would you have a kid with this thing? Why? Come on, man. Come on, bro. You got all that money and shit. You a rapper. You smash your girls like this, bro. Come on, man. You can do better, bro. And now that I know that how crazy she was behind the scenes, nigga, you can't be ugly and crazy. Like, what? Like, goddamn. Bitches always say, nigga, pick a struggle. Like, bitch, how about you pick a struggle? You can't be ugly and crazy. You can't be talking about self-deleting yourself and being ugly. Like, bro, like, what's going on here, bro? Like, you can't be crazy. Right? This crazy bitch shit only works with hot girls. You can't look like that and then be crazy, bro. It don't make sense. And we all know that this was just an attention grab, by the way. Right? She's not serious about this. It's just an attention grab because this happened 3 years ago. So we know definitively that it was all a lie. It's 2025 right now. These text messages were 2023. But I find it interesting that back in 2023, when we had him on, January 16, 2023, 4 months prior, they were fighting like this. Do the math, chat. Do the math. 4 months prior to this, and I guarantee you the fighting was still going on in 2023 as well. So here we go. Halle Bailey wanted to self-delete after DDG complimented Sexy Red. Me and your son are alone. You don't care about us anymore. You never did. So now we're fast forwarding to 2024, right? Last year. And DDG responds, you want to delete yourself because I tweeted Sexy Red a good rapper? This literally makes no sense. Bruh. Right? So, look, and here's the thing, guys. During this discussion, bro, DDG didn't say shit, bro. He didn't talk at all. This whole stream, he didn't say nothing, man. He just stood back, let his guy talk most of the thing. Like, you could tell DDG just wanted to give his guy promo, so he didn't really say too much. But he didn't say too much. Now it makes sense. Why? Because he was with this crazy chick. See how we're connecting the dots? See how we're connecting the fucking dots here? Now it's all making sense, bro. Because I was like, yo, why is this nigga so quiet? He got no charisma. But now I know why. Sid from Ice Age was extorting this nigga, bro. Not financially, but emotionally. If you don't do XYZ, I'm gonna start the league. If you don't do this, I'm not gonna be with you. So this nigga was like, bruh, I'm just gonna shut the fuck up, man. Now I know why he didn't say shit. Now I also know why he was talking about, oh, I love y'all women, blah, blah, white knighting. Now it all makes sense now. Bro was trying to keep things stable at home, bro. Nigga didn't want to have to come home and deal with the fucking headaches of her saying, I saw you talking to that bitch on the president. But now we're connecting the dots, chat. Now we're connecting the dots, bro. So anyway, because he's put here, this is a tweet. Sexy Red top 5 female rapper of all time. I don't know about that, but that's fine. So here's another one. DDG entered Hallie room to make sure she didn't delete herself, and she used that text against him in court to try and paint him as a manipulative stalker. And he goes, me and Halo is at the front door. Can you answer? If you're not home, just say that. Now I know what you've been on. You can pick Halo up from George. I have to go to work. Right, so she used this text message against him in her filings. And then also I want to go ahead and so, bro, look, man, y'all niggas know why. You guys, look, I gotta get another fucking. I gotta take a piss and get a monster. I'm about to cook. Give me 1 sec, guys, because this shit drives me up a fucking wall. This next part here. Give me 1 sec, ninjas. I'm gonna take a quick piss, and we gotta continue the fucking chef session. All right, we are gonna continue this shit. 1 sec.